Hey y'all, it's Shante, Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicorns. I am going to do the book. I'm going to go over the book idea by idea. Okay, so remember, I wanted to rewrite the racial healing book. And I'm in the middle of writing it, and I was like, I kind of got to do a recording so that, you guys see it. So then it's not like it'll be a snippet instead of it being like me going over the entire book. Okay, so I'm going to call it On the Way We Go, A Racial Healing Guide by Schuler and Blake Schuler, because Blake is like better at race healing than me. Like, it's like he does not care. So it's like, it's so amazing how kids are. It's like, I do appreciate my son for this. My voice is shaky, y'all, because I had a bad morning. But I do appreciate my son for this because he's like really not racist or sexist or any, like, it's like he's like, Mom, don't, no, you cannot say that. And it's like, no, you're gonna grow up and see. And it's like, I hope that he doesn't grow up and see. You see what I'm saying? He's probably seeing now, like, we have not been around this much racism his entire life. I've been around racism, but we haven't been around this much racism his entire life. So a racial healing guide. And so some of the racism that occurred was like because people from Illinois and Missouri came to Texas. So they had this misconception when I was moving back to Texas. The people in Missouri I was teaching, and then one of the teachers comes downstairs. She said, "But it's racist there." And for me, because I was with my black family, I experienced racism on their side. Like, that's like, my family had issues towards other races, especially like Hispanic people that just came here and all that different stuff. And it's like, I don't know if it opened me up. I never had an issue with people like that. You understand? Like, it's like, so sometimes when people do that, like as an adult, and that's why I don't do this to kids. That's why I don't ever tell a child, I do not like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell you on this show for real, because I'm grown. I'm not joking. But I don't ever tell a child when they come to me, when he or she comes to me, I always give them an excuse like, maybe she's having a bad day. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Because when I was young, I was like, I know my son gets that feeling too. I see him look at me like, Mom, that's not true. Mom, it's not true. And it's like, well, Blake, it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to tell you, but that person is not a good person. So, when my parents used to do it, or when my dad used to do it, I'd just be like, or my stepmom's like, I don't want to hear that from you. It's like, it's kind of hurtful because those kids never did anything to me. And what I found out, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I can count on my hand how many racial experiences. I can tell you the stories, and y'all probably laugh at them that I had with Hispanic people. You know what I'm saying? And some people won't laugh. Some people, oh Lord, this is so serious. And it's like, nah, it's more serious with black and white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is more serious with black and white people, because it's like, in those experiences, I had one person say, no, don't do that to her, or no, that's my sister, like, so I'm about to cry. And it's like, I didn't experience it from that person again. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, yeah, it's okay. She's okay. Like, you can let her in. It's almost like being in a gang, instead of being like discriminated against because of my color. So it might not have been because of my color either. Like, the woman, I was at a shop, and the woman thought, "Ooh, this like watch my purse." So this actually telling me to watch her purse against from the Hispanic people. Like, keep stand by my purse, so I stand by her purse. And my hands are down by my side, so she wouldn't know that I was with Uda, because Uda and my boyfriend, they brother and sister, they look white. So the lady's like, she's gonna steal your purse. Is she gonna steal your? Watch her get your purse, because she might steal your purse out the door. Because I'm right by the door. It's a small place, and they're like, nah, that's my sister. That's it. So, and she said that in Spanish too. I can't remember, y'all. I can't never remember. I was gonna say too much to her, but like, so it's like, that's it. Today I experienced, and yesterday, it's like, when I was teaching in a black school in St. Louis, because of my demeanor, people usually think that I don't work in schools that are predominantly black, and that's not something that people should have to explain to you. Like, it's like, this is something that I shouldn't have to explain. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And so what happened is, it's like, these people got something about me, and they are using it to stalk me and hold me here as a hostage, y'all. It is like, so it is just like the most degrading thing. So yesterday, the girl saw that espérate is wait and siéntate is sit down. I don't say those things. I don't say espérate in class. I don't say it at all in class. So that means that the person was recording inside of my home. So yesterday I'm at a shelter and this person is pretending to be my boss. Not my boss. She's pretending to be over the shelter like she's a worker there. That does not mean that you can give me directions or anything like that to do anything. And in what world would that be happening? So she sat in a chair like she was somebody's boss, like she was telling me what to do. You understand? So these recordings and things, they are actually going into my accounts. Like they are actually going into my email accounts. They're going into my Google Calendar accounts. And yesterday, the day before that, I caught the girl. I'm in an office with two grown adult women that are actually letting this woman do this. They letting this girl do this. They have actually thrown me out the shelter because they wanted to go through my stuff. So today while I'm explaining this to the woman, I'm not getting loud or anything. She just says, calm down. Again, that's in our house. I don't say, because that we really say, it's a joke. Comete way. Comete way. Comete. That's a Mexican thing. My boyfriend usually Guatemalan. I live with Mexicans. So that's just a joke that we say. So it's like the only place that could be is if my boyfriend gave it to him or if they were in our house recording. And so because of that, it's very disrespectful and it's very racist to me because I did not invite you into that part of my culture. And it's like, I know it's so hard to believe because my skin is black, just like yours. But my culture is not like yours. And I do think that you guys have gotten too familiar or think that you are too familiar with me. So then, therefore, I feel like I can act in anger. And guys, today I reacted where I wanted to fight a person. Like, I actually want to fight these people at this place. And it's like, it's my God-given right to do it. It's my God-given right to do it. I cannot call the police because the police here are crazy. When I started to tell them that they are actually in my account, actually they are going through my things, they act as if it's okay. And it's not. It is not okay to violate a woman every day and treat her as if she does not exist in the words that you are looking at. I'm talking about every part of my character, every letter, everything that a kid has written to me. They actually changed it and put it into songs and movies and destroyed everything that I was, only to try to make it into themselves. So that's it. It's just like I speak 3 different languages. Not really good. Just I speak 3 different languages. So sometimes I speak them all at the same time. And so then people would start to think that's not a trait of being black or something else. It's always like they bring it back to the color. And that's why I wanted to really go over everything too, is because my color does not make me a part of everybody's community. You understand? Like, and no color excludes you from being a part of everybody's community. I have some people that are white that are more East St. Louis than I ever be. You understand? And there's some people that are that's our culture. Like East St. Louis is our culture. It's not my color. And so I just hate that y'all have to see my color first. Because every time you just take me and wrap me into nothing because you see all this other stuff about me that you can't believe that I would do. And you haven't been around me for 5 minutes. None of you have. So it's just like, this has been the most degrading experience that I could ever have in my life. And my son too. My son would tell you he is black. My son is not all black. My son is 4 different cultures. You understand? And black American is a culture. And it pains me because it's so young and it's so disrespected. It is something that I have cherished my entire life. That is why I want to go over this too. It's because the experience that I have of being a black American in America has been like one of the greatest experiences that I have ever had in my life. And so for me to have to always sit in front of this camera and tell you that the information that you have is of a rape, it's because of murder, it's from people stalking me. And for people to still just look at it like it's nothing and try to treat me as if I need to be on the streets because you find yourself being jealous of what you don't even know. I mean, these people could just sit there and ask me the questions and they don't even stop to do it. And it is very racist. It is completely racist because I am a Jewish woman. Like, it's not even something that, and it's like I can't even be acknowledged in a group of black people because the first thing you see is the color of my skin. I am not like you and I don't ever want to be. You understand? Like, it's like these St. Louis women, this is your culture. I can't even say it's your skin color either. It's your culture that I hate. You St. Louis men, I hate it. It is something very wrong with how you think that everybody has to fit into this category. It is not the truth. You need to get out and experience life. There's so many places that offer you trips and all this different stuff. I hate y'all. And it is like, that's why I was like, I'm just going to write this book because I have to racially heal every day when y'all come to me and try to tell me something about myself that you don't even know. You don't have to relate to me in that way. It is not your business. So, and here we go. And on the way we go. My son has been kidnapped because of this. It was never your business. It is not you. The person that they are describing is me. That's why all the bad stuff keeps happening to me. That's why when you get something good, it's something that I thought of. It's about me. A racial healing guy. But yes, my son is just such a great resource for this too. You know, because he's healed. So the first thing is, know your racial identity. So in this first chapter, I'm talking about how, like, your environment, like, it's two things, the external and the internal ways that you can identify yourself, your racial identity. So your external identity is by how people perceive you, which is idealism. And if you look up the word idealism, it'll say something like it's like unreal. It's untrue. It's just it's a myth. So you can't always look at how people externally impose everything on you. When I was writing this, I didn't think that I was in pain at all. You understand? When I wrote this yesterday, I was not in pain at all. Like, I couldn't express anything about being in pain about it. But externally, yes, I get into pain about it because I'm tired of it. And it's always hurt. And y'all got me trapped here without my son. I need my son so I can leave. Because there's other places that I can go to that it just accept me just as I am. Because it's so many it's so many different racial backgrounds that they just understand. It's like we don't have to go through these motions or have these talks or anything because they just understand. They understand that I'm not racist because I speak Spanish or German. They understand that I'm not racist because I cook a different way or because I dance a different way or because I laugh with friends. I don't have to sit there and have people actually be jealous of me and try to take something from me because they don't understand what I am or who I am or how to talk to me, which is just like I talk to everybody else. You just talk to me just like everybody else. And just because you have a little information does not mean that you know what you are talking about. You are just perceiving something that you think is happening. So that's an external. You are imposing something on me that you think is external. And so for me, I can't take that on as being that's me. You understand? But it hurts me because it's something that is like I said, it's just degrading. And it's something that I don't want to explain it to you. I do not want to explain my culture to anybody, especially if it's being where it's been tampered with. Somebody went through my files. Somebody wrote down these things about me that were supposed to be given to me. It was stolen. And then y'all made up every stereotype you could. I hate black people. I hate gay people. I hate this. And all of it is that's what I was teaching my students. I teach my students about gay people. Don't use the word gay. You remember that you say that's just so gay. I used to teach them, don't say that. You see the word gay and that's what you guys thought. You thought I was teaching my kids against gay people. There's no way I would ever do that. And it's just silliness that I have to explain. And it's like, I don't know if I have to help you heal before I heal. But I'm tired of it. I just tore up an entire office. I actually did a show yesterday, y'all, and I was telling them I would tear up the office. I tore up that office for real. because somebody is imposing something on me that's not me. Racial identity is also internally constructed. This is the one that is very important, and it's how you identify with yourself. So I gave you an example about that, like living in the city, living in the Caribbean. You know, you might live in the city and you might go get a small pat of butter because you only got a small amount of space in your room, right? And when you get here, like it's like if you live in a city, yeah, you might get a small pat of butter because you got a small refrigerator. But if you live in the Caribbean, you might go get a big, tub of it and share it with your neighbors. You see what I'm saying? Everybody gonna get the butter for the week. Somebody go get the bread for the day. It's like, you see what I'm saying? Or you make it, or it's homemade or whatever. With us, with my family, like barbecue sauce, one of my aunts makes the barbecue sauce and she gives it, and we go and we bring our own barbecue sauce jars, and all of us get barbecue sauce for the summer because she makes a big batch of it. So it's like that's it. If we don't make our sweet potato pie, we can go to our aunt's deep freeze and go get a sweet potato pie. So it's like it just depends on, that's what creates your culture. That's not something that I always have to do because when I move away, I can't go and get her barbecue sauce. I got to try something new. You see how that's an ever changing thing. But when it's internal, this is something that you know about yourself, and those things really don't ever change. So I put on her like the different tests you can take. So you want to take the Myers-Briggs or the 16 personality. So those help you identify like what type of personality you have. Once you figure out your personality, it is like so cool because they have they'll teach you how to dress for your personality. You'll know you can research how to dress for your personality, how to spend money for your personality. And I'm talking about for real, y'all, it's like A1 for sure. And this is why you don't have to ever really think about color. You have to think about personality. If you ever loved Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, that's just what they were trying to teach people. It's the content of your character, because your color, once you start to look at how other people perceive you, you're going to hate that part. That's why I'm not putting that in the book. Nobody puts that in the book because it's not important. How people perceive you is not important. It's painful. But it's not important. It's not going to help you heal because you can't stop that thought process. But the way you feel about yourself, you can do that. So what you'll do is you'll take that test. You take either the 16 personalities or the Myers-Briggs, and take both of them if you want to. It's okay. It's also a big 5 personality traits. Are you a type A, B, C, or D personality? You want to take some of the tests because then you get to shape it into how you do it. And I know I did a show on it a long time ago, but what happens is with me, I'm 50-50. Like I'm 50-50 all the way down. So it's either 48, 52. You see what I'm saying? 45, 55. Like I'm actually like 50% introvert and 50% extrovert. Like it's not a joke. And it's because I use both sides of my brain. So when I look at that, I'm like, oh my God. It is like so good to see because I'm a Virgo. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like I'm a positive person. That's why I'm always I would throw myself out the window in the middle of an argument because they'd be like, I do not want to argue right now. I do not want to argue right now. I do not, it's like I don't want to wake up and argue with a bitch. I'm sorry to curse on this. But yeah, that's not something I want to do. So then like the type A, B, C, D, if you do a Myers-Briggs test, it'll tell you like what type A, if you're a protagonist or antagonist, all this different stuff. So then you will see how your personality is shaped. That's how I learned that I was a double positive. Some people are negative. Like they'll just like, they always go for, I have less than if I have more. Because if I get like that much in a cup, I'm going to sip it like wine. Where somebody else get that much in the cup, like, well, I need more. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, that's how it is. It's like, you either save the flavor, you either need less, or you're going to want more. And that's it. So it's like those A, B, C, D types, they kind of help you shape that too. So it's like now you got all this information in front of you about yourself. Then I put on there a mini lesson about how to identify the iceberg. So in the iceberg, it's like 3 different factors, like how you look. That's what they see first. That's surface. Then it's like your age and your, all this stuff, this personality. And it's like the underneath is this deep thing. It's all this different deep stuff that you can look at. And the quiz just helps you like name out what it is. And you can print that out or just put it in a book. Then for dosha quiz, that's about your body. So I do the dosha. I always take people back to Ayurveda, because Ayurveda helps you with your diet. So Ayurveda teaches that it's like 3 different body types, and it's okay. Like, you got plump, you got slender, and you got athletic. And sometimes you a mixture of both, without which I'm always both. You see, so my personality has never changed. My weight has never, like, my size, it changes, fluctuate, but the test told me that already. And sometimes you could be all 3. So it's up to, like, you know what I'm saying, when you take the quiz, you'll see. And it'll also tell you, like, different types of things that you like or you crave under that type of under the dosha. So then, like, it's like so nice because it'll be like right on spot. Like, I love onions and squash, and some people, when they say I don't want onions, I'm like, what? Do you know what you're missing in life? Like, I don't want shallots. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, have you had caramelized onions? It is. Have you had onion rings? And I mean, these here, but it's like, it's so nice sometimes to be like, oh my God, this says I love onions. I mean, and then it's like some stuff you never try, like ghee. Like, I was like, oh my God, ghee. I remember I did that show. I put that ghee on everything. I was like putting ghee on naan. I put ghee. I think I put ghee in my coffee. I was putting ghee on everything. And it's like really just a clarified butter. But it was so good, and the bottle was so pretty. It just gave me a chance to try something else. So that's what it is. It's like knowing yourself is the way that you stop questioning others. You understand? Knowing your cultures is like, so my culture was within my house. Like, it was just like, so when people say I had a powwow, it's like, that's just a talk though. But it's like, it's like we just have a barbecue. So it's, what I'm saying? Like, we Native American, but we never profit or benefit. You know what I'm saying? We haven't went and, oh, I'm gonna beat this and I'm gonna go to the court, and it's like, we haven't done anything like that. But some people think it's so important to do, which I know, yeah, because it's, it's benefits for us. But still, it's just like, that's just our culture. Being Jewish is just our culture. It's like, you have a Seder? It's like, what is your Sabbath? And then, I'm never working on Saturday. And it's like, you can take a Sabbath any day. You know what I'm saying? And the Seder is just like a meal, which I do for real, y'all. I do. Yes, I do. But I use like a bento box and all this stuff. So it's like, but this is just stuff that we do, and it's just our life. You know what I'm saying? Our life is just our community. Our life is just this. It's just that. It's just how we live. And so, being clean is just how we used to have to get up every Saturday morning, clean like the baseboards and like clean. I mean, my grandmother made us clean everything. Like, I'm talking about that start, and then she would get up and cook breakfast. Like, I'm talking about clean everything. And that's for prayer. You clean it for prayer. And you taking a rest because you have clean for prayer. Like, what else you gonna? And when you pray, it's like, you could be sitting back and after you have cleaned that entire day, your prayer could be sitting back and enjoying what you cleaned for. You understand? Like, it's cool to have a clean house. And so it's like, for us, it's like a refreshing thing. Like, it's just part of who we are. Like, we can't tell you how to be we can't tell you how to be us. You said y'all can watch and y'all can look and you can see details and all that stuff, but we can't ever teach you how to be us, because that's our culture. You see, so something that you're looking at, that's my culture. So within that culture, I have added the Hispanic culture. And not so much Indian, because my Indian friend is very American and he's a comedian. But like but some Indian culture, because of some other Indian people I know, but Asian. That's what I was gonna say, Asian. So it's like, because some of my friends, but some of my close friends are Asian. So we have some traditions that are like, people thought were Asian too. So then at some point they thought I was an Asian woman, and it's like, no, I'm just me. You understand? I'm just shanteschuler, and I know different cultures because I travel a lot. So it's not that I'm trying to pick up on a culture or be a culture or put anybody down. It's just, I traveled a lot, and I had a lot of different friends. And so it's like, when you looking at this stuff, you thinking all these different things, and most of them are just always negative. It's most of them, I'm trying to get into your business or intrude into your life, and it's too much for me, because it's not yours. I actually was supposed to be married to that man. Y'all, and it's just like I just hate the disrespect. Because I want my man. I am 44 years old and I'm still just sitting here wondering where is he? Did y'all kill him? Y'all have killed my cousins, my mother. You see what I'm saying? My grandmother. Y'all murdered my family. And now you are still sitting here with information thinking I'm about to play with you with it. You understand? It's just disrespectful. So let me keep going on. Let's go to chapter 2. So explore your internalized racism. So when you look at that, I gave you like different ways of like the what places where you can write down what your personality turned out to be. And like the Myers-Briggs, if you look at it, they're both kind of the same way, but it'll teach you what they are. So that's it. In the Big Five, it'll teach you like how your personality is. Are you an extrovert? Are you a neurotic? Are you agreeable? Are you conscientious? You know what I'm saying? And it's like something, and it'll teach you also how to protect yourself against these things too. You see what I'm saying? The Myers-Briggs and the 16, this one will teach you how to, because sometimes people think, like if they see me, it's like bimbo. Some people think I'm a bimbo, a dumb bit. They think I'm a blonde. Okay, so it's like, how do I protect myself against that? When I first hear them talking, I just go ahead and play into whatever the fuck they doing, and then I hit them with the bam. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's it. Even my family, some of them think it's they can manipulate me all day. And it's like, I just give it to you because I love you. And that's why the same thing with other people. I give it to you. If you got to manipulate, just I'll give it to you. You don't have to do that. But then they'll come back and it'll be like, now I want to hurt her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for what? You have what you need. All you have to do is walk away. That's it. So it's like, so it won't help you understand other people's personalities because that's something I don't understand. But it'll help you understand you. Next, type A, B, C, and D. And that's, again, the results or whatever. You see, so it's like you can write down what you are, what type you are, and then also your dosha. I put 3 here because some people are tri-doshas. Like I said, I'm a do dosha, which is 2. I'm a duo dosha. And then some people are just 1. And it's beautiful because then you'll think about your weight fluctuations and all that different stuff. And then, like, that's how I learned to love every size that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love my body. Like, I love it. I love my belly. Like, this is my first time having a fupa. I got a fupa. When they gave me that shot, I got a fupa. Before, my belly has like always sometimes been flat. Now I got me a fupa. And I actually like it. I think it's sort of cute. So it's like, that's it. Like, it's just like, I think you would just learn to appreciate everything that you are. So that's to chapter 1 and 2. And y'all, or idea 1 and 2, and I did change a lot of parts of the book, because the first chapter I thought, in the other one, the racial healing, it was just like white people are doing this to colored people. And it's like, no, these are people that do this to people, because there's racism in every culture, and a person in culture can be racist against their own culture. You see, it's not enough appreciation for it. Sometimes they're not around it. Sometimes it's just like they see everything in disdain. I mean, they all go through those different things. It's not that I don't like Black culture. It's just I don't like some of the ways of some of the Black people. And it's just some of the ways of white people too, because sometimes it's just the ignorance. It's just overwhelming for me. I get tired of just like somebody just thinking that just because they see a word, you identify me with a stereotype every time. Every time you identify me with a stereotype. And it's like, it is the most, I don't like it. I really don't. So that's it. That's Shante Brown Sugar Talk under Black Unicarns, or under Brown Sugar Talk, and maybe shanteschuler. I'm sorry for the cuss words if I slip and put it on shanteschuler. But I just want to explain it to y'all, because today was a very hard day for me. I actually did tear up an office. I'm not proud of it, but I did. Because it's because of racism. It is because of racism, and it's racism in the Black community. That's it. Have a great day.